If you want to get better at backgammon, one of the best ways to do it is by practicing against a software such as Extreme Gammon or XG. There are a lot of tools and features that will help you learn. And that's exactly what I do in this video as I play a practice match against XG. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe. You'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, and I'll work on it. If you love backgammon, you can become a member of this channel, giving you exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon, Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. Again, in this video, I'm playing a practice match against XG. It'll be a 5-point match playing on a beautiful Backgammon Galaxy Earth board with the purple Nebula inland, playing the black checkers at the bottom, XG, the white checkers at the top. The XG board is made by Rain. He makes beautiful XG boards. There's a link in the description where you can get it. Bearing off on the right, and here we go. 6-3, so standard split and down, double five will blitz. Now I'm hoping to come in. 6-4, okay, that's reasonable. Still has shots. It's a double, but I think I could still take this one because there's sixes, threes, and ones. 6-3 is duplicated. The race is actually close. 3-1 hits twice. Now 6-3 hits another one, double two. Okay, so that's good. So there's two, and it's a matter of how much I want this anchor, or I can play here. So I could make this anchor, but this anchor is actually reasonable given that there's no 8-point, and this also gives me an innerboard point. So I'll do that. 4-1. So there's the 4. And then do I slot? Does that duplicate any 4s? Not really. Can I duplicate any 6s? I mean, it does duplicate 6-4 and 4-2. And here it duplicates 6-4. I think I just have to play safe given the difference in the board strengths. So 5-4 will come out. 5-4. So I could come there, but I don't want to leave the shots. And now I'm going to start building the board. 6-1. So start making the board. Double 4. Double 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and slot the back of the prime. And now double 3. 1, 2, 3. And I guess I'll just bring it there. 5, 2. So there's the 5. And does this gain anything? I don't think so. So it just gives them a 5-2. That's really good. Now, what is this? 6-4? No, 6-3, 6-2. There are no numbers that leave a shot there. So we'll just extend the prime. And I don't know that I want to go that deep. I think I could just bring both in. I'm going to pop out with a 5 or a 6 next. Okay, 3-1 slots the point. 6-3 fly shot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm still down by a lot in the race. I think I'm going to have to stay back. 6-4, 6. And then will I be saving the gammon? Yes, this is better for the race in case I do roll like some big doubles. Now I'll stay back. Now there's some rolls that are bad. This is better for the race. Okay, 4-3. Now there are a lot of bad rolls. That's one of them. 6-4. Okay, double 6 was good. 5-1. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need some more doubles. Okay, down 2-0, 5 away, 3 away. Split with the 5-1. 4-1 hits twice for lack of better alternatives. 5-1 comes in with both. 4-3 can anchor. 6-1. Now I'm going to make the bar point. It's not as useful when the anchor is better, but it does unstack. It does make a 3-point prime. Makes another inner board point. Double 4 will make the 5-point on head. And now 5-2. There's the 2, and I'm going to pop out. I know the board strength is higher, but I need to get things moving. I'm ahead in the race. I don't want to reduce or strip my midpoint. 3-1 hits and steps up. So 5-3. Now I'll bring one down. I don't want to go deep and I don't want to strip the 8-point. 6-5 will come out and make that point. 4-3. Okay. So I think I'm going to have to hit and step up. If I'm hit back, I have chances to make this anchor. 5-3 will hit. So there's the 3. I can make that anchor, and the 6, I'll just safety the block. 4-2 makes the point. 6-2 comes in and hits. Now 6-4, the 4 is in, and the 6 will anchor. 4-1. I could play there and keep the spares, or I could do this. Still have spares. I didn't unstack the 6-point. This goes a little deep. Try this one. Double 2, so 1. And I guess 2, 3, 4. He's got a lot to consolidate, and I'm ahead in the race. I have a lot of turnarounds at this score. 6-1. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to do this. Leaves only 7s and 4s. Double 6s works too. 4-1 hits. 5-3 will come in and cover. Okay, there's the prime. So now the 6 is forced. And can I make this point? I don't think I need to. Okay, there's the 5. And is this where I do this? No, I only have 3. I can't make a second anchor here. I'll just play like this. I don't want to make the ace point. Only a 2, 5. And do I want to preserve a 5? I guess. 1, 2, 3. Kill the 5s. Kill the 4s. Opened up a 4. Stay with the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Save a 4. 2, 1. Okay. So that's going to be the Crawford game. All right, so now I don't need to win a gammon. So the best play to win a single game is to run like that. Double 6 was good. 3-2, good, makes the 11 point. Point's a point. 5-1 will come down and slot. Double 6 will play deep. That's the naked ace point. Paul Weaver wrote an article about that one time, many years ago. 6-4. So I'll hop out and I'll play to here. Or do I want to just safety, not leave that indirect shot? I mean, he's not going to run with a 5-2. So I think I just safety. Don't want to leave that 6-2 for no reason. Double 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or do I want to block more? I guess that blocks the 6-2, 4-2, things like that. Oh, there's one more. 1, 2, 3, and then there. Or 1, 2, 3. Slot to prepare to make it. Yeah, I guess I could prepare to make it. 4-3, just like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these are all builders and retains all those big rolls. 6-5. So I think I just make it. It does give the double 4s, but it does open up 6-4. 4-1. So do I make the point, leave a blot, or do I just do this? Maybe I just do this. 5-2. I don't want to leave a blot. Okay, 3-2. There's the shot. 4. And then I'll play the 1 here to duplicate the aces to hit. And I might need 2s here and 2s here, so I don't want to duplicate the 2s. Try to hit another checker if I can. It'll help me win more. But I don't think I could afford to. I guess I could play here with this blot over there. I could also slot, but I don't really need to go for the gammon. I'll just go like this semi-conservative, the middling play. 4-1. Now I have the prime. So there's the 5, and I'll have to lift, break the prime, 6, and the 1 will play there. Double 6 bears off 4 checkers. Okay. So that's going to be a single game, getting me to the 4-way score. So I'm going to double immediately next. Okay. Now it's a double and it's a take. 5-1. So now this is where I can slot here. 4-2. Gonna make another point. Trying to win a gammon. Double 6 can't come in. 5-3. Double 5. Okay, so I'm gonna come all the way around and hit. 6-5 is good. 6-2. So there's the 2, and I'm gonna have to make the provocative play. It's a distraction, so can't he has to play safe like that. 2 and then 1. Don't need the anchor. 1, 2, 3. And I guess this is enough of a goalkeeper that I can make this 18 point. Next, I can release the midpoint. Race is relatively close. 5-3. So there's the 5 and there's the 3. Okay, looking for the 2. Doesn't get it. 3-1 clears. Okay, double 5. So do I come all the way around or do I do this? Make the board. I think I could afford to do that for now. 3-1. Okay. So now, do I run all the way? Or do I do this? That's a lot of pick and pass numbers. I think, I mean, I'm reasonably close in the race. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Double 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might be able to win this one to get to virtual DMP. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Double 3 is a good roll. Getting some good dice. Okay. 3 and 4s that miss. I want to do this. Now I'm going to need double, too little, too late. All right, now we'll analyze it. This is where the learning begins. It's really important to analyze all of your matches so that you learn, and there are things that you can use on XG, and I'll show you some of these things. You can see the analysis here on the left. You can change this by going to layout panel on the right, or you could change the layout panel on the left. And here you can select the game that you want, and you can look at all the moves and you can scroll down and see at the lower portion here on the lower left, there are 2 tabs. The summary will give you all your errors, the blunders, equity, doubles, luck, and PR, and you can change this from match to game. Okay, and in the move, you can see this area is really important. It shows you all the top plays. So for example, for the 6-3, it was 24-18, 13-10. That was the top play was shown here. The second play is 24-15, so that's what's shown there. The equity after this play is plus 0.011 or 11 millipoints. For the second play, it's minus 0.005. So negative 5 millipoints. The difference there is 16 millipoints. So that's what this number is. Then there are 6 numbers here. The first 3 are your wins. The second 3 are your losses. So these are your single wins, gammon wins, backgammon wins, and then your single losses, gammon losses, and backgammon losses. If you hover over an area, a pop-up window will show up, and it'll show you a little bit more information, in particular the cubeless equity at the bottom. Below here, there are several little icons that you can press. This one is 2-ply, 3-ply, and so forth. It's just a higher level of analysis. 2-ply will look forward 2 moves, 3-ply, 3 moves, and so forth. The best is the XG Roller Plus Plus. That's the one that I use the most. It does a truncated rollout. You could do a full rollout by clicking this icon, and it'll allow you to have the computer play it out several times, many times, usually 1296, but you can change that. And then it'll give you the data. There are also three tabs here: initial, arrow, and final. These are the radio buttons, actually. So when you have the initial, it will show you the initial position before it was played. Then you can select the arrow radio button, and that'll show you the arrows. It'll show you where the checkers are to be moved. And then you can also click the final radio button, and that will show you the final position after the checkers have been played, and the dice will be lightened. Now, if you go back to arrow, you can select this, and you see the arrows are black. If you select an error, which is more than 20 points, this will become green and the arrow will become green. And if it's more than an 80 millipoint error, that's a blunder and that becomes red. So you can change all of these by going to the options, settings, and you will see this. It'll show you your errors, blunder, threshold. So the default is 0.02 and 0.08. But for if you're just starting, I might recommend 0.05 and 0.1, and then you just hit apply. You can also change the color. So you hit that and you can make it any color that you like. I use the typical green and red, and to restore it to the default, you click on default and then apply, and then okay. All right, so I'm gonna look at these plays and I'll click on arrow. That's what people prefer. The 6-3 is the standard split, and bring one down, and the 6-4 is here. Now, this is the double, and it was actually a very comfortable take. It was closer to a no double than it was to a pass, like by a lot. You see here it shows whites winning 59.4% of the time, but 30% gammons, and those gammons are highly valuable at this score, 5 away, 5 away. So you can see, you go to analyze cube information. You'll get this pop-up window. Halfway down, you can click on gammon value. So gammon value on a 2 cube, which it will be, is 0.655. For money, it's 0.5. So the gammons are more valuable on a 2 cube at 5 away, 5 away. Why? Because it gets you to the valuable Crawford score. So you can look at this on another window. So you open up another window of XG and you hit Control Shift C for copy. And then you go to the other window and hit Control V. It'll ask you if you want to save this game. Hit no. So now you can change things. For example, let's change it to money. Look what happens now. It's it's a double, but it's a smaller double, and it's 529 millipoints. And this is primarily because of the Jacobi rule. Here was 577. Let's turn off the Jacobi rule. See, now it's not a double. Okay. Now you can see in other match scores. So a 9-point match, you see it's not as strong a double. But going back to the 5-point match, sometimes when gammons are more valuable, it's going to become stronger. So when the opponent is 4 away, that's going to be stronger because those gammons win the match perfectly. Look how much stronger that gets. Okay. Oh, you should click for DT here and then here. Okay. Now what if it's 4 away, 3 away? It's going to be much stronger. Now it's a pass. And at 4 away, 2 away, possibly even too good to double. No, it's not too good, but it's still a pass. Okay. And then the other thing you can do is go to Analyze Dice Distribution. You'll get this pop-up window here. And then the first thing I do is I click the icon with the most red bars. And that'll give you first roll 4 ply, second roll 3 ply. A little bit better. Okay, and then go to graph, and then I click after double take, so it'll show you what are the market losers. You double click here to make it a 2D graph, so you can see the market losers are basically double 3, 6, 3, or double 6, but there's also second rolls. So if I get hit and I dance with double 6, 6, 1, 6, 3, 3, 1, double 3, those are big market losers. Okay. But there's a lot that are not market losers where I can take. The other thing I like to do is modify the position. So let's see if these were split, that would make a bigger difference. Now it becomes stronger. What if it's split further up? And now here, you can hit with fives as well. That's going to make it too strong. That's going to make it a pass because now he can make the advanced anchor. He can hit here. He can hit there. A lot of options. But what if it were here? Now the sixes that hit on both sides are duplicated. This still is a take. What about changing the board strength? This makes it stronger. And if you change it here, that's going to make it stronger. And let's see what it does if you get the best 3-point board, the rack. Okay, so it's stronger, but still not a pass. So let's go back to the original position and give ourselves a board. Now it's probably not going to be a double. Look at how huge that is. And what if it's the 4-point instead? It's going to get stronger for white. Yeah, but it's still a blunder. So basically any 2-point board is going to be strong. This is still a blunder to double. And what if we have the 2-point? Yeah, it's closer, but it's still not a double. So this is what I like to do for every doubling decision. Change the position, change the score. You'll learn a lot. Okay, then the 3-2 was forced, and the double two, like I discussed, I really wanted this point. And the 4-1, for lack of better alternatives, I had to just play there. And the 5-4, I slot the next point and bring one down. And the 6-1, these were basically tied when they're within 10 millipoints. I don't make a big deal of it. Basically, you make the next point and either slot that point or bring that 8 to 7. Then the double 1 was there. And these were all virtually tied with the double 3 and the 5-2. I didn't want to go out yet. But here, with the 5-3, it prefers this play, resulting in this position. So this is the top play. And this is the selected play. So what's going to happen is if I roll 4s and 3s, I'm going to be stuck and I'm going to have bad rolls here. Again, this is the resulting position after the top play. And this is the resulting position after the second play, the selected play. Now this is a second roll equity heat map, the diagram that I've designed based using the data from XG. So this shows my next rolls. There's white's next rolls and then my rolls after that. That's what we're looking at. So this shows my resultant equity after each of my possible next rolls, double 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, and so forth with an average column on the right. And on the upper left, it's for the top play, and on the upper right, it's the same thing for the selected play. They're on a color scale from blue to red. Blue is good, red is bad. The darker the blue, the better. The darker the red, the worse. The map on the lower left shows the difference. So it takes the equity value in a given cell on the upper right and subtracts that from the equity value in the corresponding cell on the upper left. So in the lower left panel, blue favors play A, red favors play B, and the intensity is proportional to how much it's favored. And this is plotted on a vertical histogram here on the lower right. So you can see all the 4s, the 4-3, double 4, 4-1, those are the big swings. So that's what you want to think about. So going back to this position, you see 4-3, 4-1, double 4, double 3, 3-1, all these ones I can't move. Whereas here, at least I'll be able to move. So that's the idea. You want to think about your next plays and not getting stuck. It's not that I wanted to threaten this, but I needed to think about my next move. And after this, now I'm going to get stuck. Okay, then the 3-1, double 5 was time to run. And it was close to bring out 2 checkers. 6-4, I had to go. 4-3, covering down. And 6-2, just come in. The 2 didn't really matter. The 4-3, oh, it slightly likes saving the 5s like this. So now I don't have to run if I roll a 5. And the 6-4, I had, I hit and run, but the double 6 was a good roll for white. And that was it. On to game two, so split, and that was forced. And here I made the bar point. That was straightforward. The 5-2 come in and out, and the 5-3, the 3 is forced, and the 5 is down, and 4-3. I think this is a difficult position. A lot of people may be afraid to make this play, but it turns out to be the right play. You really need to get these back moving before they get primed. There's not really a good two. You could play behind, but this one just puts a checker on the bar. It does leave a lot of shots, but when you bring these two up here, if you're hit, you can make an anchor on the 4 or on the 3. And that's exactly what happened next. I rolled a 3, came in and safetied that with the 6. And the 6-2 was good. I hit there. Then the 4-1, I just played behind. And the double 3, the double 2, excuse me, the first one was forced, and then I make that point. And then the double and the take. So let's see what the market losers are. Analyze dice distribution. Click on the icon with the most red bars, and then click after double take. And I double click. So let's see what are all the strong rolls. The 5s, basically. If you look at the dice map, look at the 5s. They're huge. And then you can look at my second rolls. There are a lot of bad second rolls. So basically, if he makes this, there's it's really strong. But there are a lot of numbers that don't make it, and I still have there's still a long way to go. I am ahead a little in the race. So let's see, like if the let's see if this point were made. Now I don't think I can take this one. No, it's a big pass. What if there are more ways of making that point? Now it's a pass. But what if I have the spare checker on here? That's going to push it back into take. Yeah, so this is actually even a no double. What if you have this and the spare is up there? That's strong, but it's still barely a double and a big take because of the score. What if it was the first game of a 5-point match? Look at that. Look at how big a difference that makes. And there's some gammon, so let's say it's like 4 away, 5 away. Now it's a pass. That's huge. I did a video on the awkward 3 away, 5 away score. Look at how big a difference this is. At 4 away, 5 away, it's a 200 millipoint pass. But at 3 away, 5 away, it's a barely a double. It's only a 20 millipoint double. That's huge. These gammons are valued a lot less. Okay. Okay, so that's the double. Then the 6-1, I had to pop out. 5-3 comes in and covers. 6-3 clears the 8-point. And 5-1, yeah, it didn't matter. 6-2 only have a 2, and the 5-3 I played there. Double 3, these were virtually tied. And the 5-1 didn't matter. Couldn't play there. 6-3 was forced, and the 6-1 I came out. 4-2, play down. And then these were tied. 6-3 I had to run. Double 3 was all the way. And that was it for that game. Then the Crawford game. So here, you want to play here. Splitting was tied. You don't need the gammon win at an auto-way score. 3-2 makes the 11-point, and the 5-1, I slot the next point. 4-1 comes in and makes that point. 6-4. Okay, so it looked like this was slightly better. I guess it does unstack this 8-point, which is nice. So that was the idea there. The double 2, I almost talked myself out of it, but all the top plays were really close. This has the advantage of blocking 1s, 2s, 4s, and 6s. And the 4-3 and the double 1, you shift here. That results in this, which allows these checkers to become builders. And the 6-5, that's exactly what I did. And the 4-1, okay, so here it did prefer this. Okay, so let's see. And I did this. So it is, let's see. This is the dice distribution. This is the dice map. You see this big difference on double two right here. I could have blocked the double two, and that's the only difference there. So again, this blocks the double two. This does not. And I'm down by a lot in the race. I want to try to block as many doubles as possible. Okay. Then the 5-2. We preferred 8-1 to keep that spare up there. And the 3-2. Look at this. It prefers this play. And the reason for this is because now you get a shot on double four. So let's look at the dice distribution. You see over here, if I make the second play, double four becomes bad, but here it's actually good. So that's a big swing there. Look at it on the dice map. Look at this. The double four is right here. Okay, then with the 4-1, it preferred actually playing here to try. Actually, this does nicely slot that next point. That was the idea. Okay. Then the 6-2. These were all very close, although it preferred staying back to get another shot. And that was pretty much it. There was nothing special to look at here. Then the final game, an immediate double, and it's a take. So now it's double match point. So here, this is where you want to slot, especially after the 6-4 like this. It duplicates 4-3, 4-2, 5-4, and 3-1. So it duplicates a lot of the fours. Then the 4-2 makes the point. I couldn't move there. Double 5, come in and come all the way around to hit. And then the 2-6, you have to make the provocative play, especially a DMP, come out. It serves as a distraction because after this, it's White's gonna want to make the 5 point, but with a 6-1 or a 3-1 or a 6-3, can't make it. He's gotta use that half a roll to hit. Okay, then 2-1, come down and slot the next point. Double 6 is slightly preferred actually making the 2 point instead of slotting the bar point, but these ones were close. Okay. And then the 2-1, just preparing the board. 5-3. And then I couldn't move here. Double 5 makes the board. And there. And 3-1. 6-5. Okay, so this was a blunder here because it's DMP. You have to play like this. When you play like this, it results in this position, and now it allows them to play freely behind. Whereas here, with the 6-4, can't clear the 9 point, clears the 8 point, and same with the 5-4. And you don't worry about getting hit at DMP. So need to think about those a little bit better. That's a good opportunity for improvement. Okay, and then the double 4 was just bringing things around, and the double 1, and there was nothing else really there. So that was a good 5-point match against XG. Again, this is a great way to practice. You can play against other people, but then if you want to study, you have to record the match and then transcribe the match and then put it into XG. When you're playing against XG, you don't have to do any of that. The other thing is you don't have to wait for the opponent to play. Sometimes the opponents can be very rude or anything like that. You don't have to worry about that when you play against XG. So it's a much more efficient use of your time if you're trying to improve. It's obviously not as social, but if you're trying to be social and play against someone else, that's a good thing to do. This is not for that. This is for improving. Again, there are a lot of tools that you can use, like the dice distribution. You can look at the cube information. You can look at all sorts of things. You can copy and paste the position onto a different board and modify the position. That'll tell you what are the key aspects of the position that make the correct play correct or incorrect. You can do it for doubling decisions. You can change the score. The correct play in backgammon is always based on the likelihood of future outcomes. So you can analyze those future outcomes. People say, well, why is it useful to use the dice distribution feature if you don't have access to that in a game or a match? It's correct. You don't have access to it in a game or match, but when you practice and study and start doing these kinds of things, it makes your mind start thinking that way so that the next time you play in a match, you start thinking that way and you make better decisions. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, and I'll work on it. If you love backgammon, you can become a member of this channel, giving you exclusive access to the most popular videos. Again, my book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. Until then, keep rolling your dice.